everyone, welcome back to your original Lotte Berk technique class. My name is Jen, and again I'm going to lead you through an entire Lotte Berk workout from warm up through cool down. I'm still rehabbing my sciatica injury, so my mobility, the pain is almost gone, but the mobility is I'm still working on. So please be mindful of that, and I will remind you as I change sides which one is my better side. For equipment, you just need a sturdy chair, a couch, a countertop, or even a wall-mounted or freestanding bar. Maybe some water nearby and or a towel to wipe off any perspiration. So I'm going to put on the music in 1 minute. Just remember to take this workout at your own pace. If you want to go a little bit more quickly than me, feel free. If you want to slow down and go a little more slowly than me, that's great. You do you and what's working for your body today. So as a reminder, warm up and cool down are pretty much the same from workout to workout, and we do about 8 to 10 repetitions of every exercise. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's workout, and let's get started. Okay, let's go with the tunes. Okay, so just as a reminder, we're going to start with our feet about hip distance apart. Bring those arms up nice and strong and long. Keep that tummy nice and tight. Maybe give me a slight arch in the back if you can. We're going to come down, double bounce, swing back up. So it looks like this. Down, and let's bring those arms up and around to get some mobility in them. So a big circle with the arms, double bounce, up and around, double bounce. Let's do a few more of these. Trying to get nice and straight behind those legs, or as straight as you can. Let's do 2 more. Last one, double bounce. Beautiful. So now let's open those legs up a little bit wider, keeping them nice and straight, nice and flat as you can. Reaching out in front, belly button to spine. I'm taking my gaze to the floor, really stretching out through that upper body and trying to get nice and low here. Now let's take it to the floor. I'm going to bend my knees slightly as my mobility is not there. But if you can keep those legs straight, feel free. Just gentle taps on the floor. Keeping the gaze through the legs, let's combine the reach and the tap. So the last 2 moves, we're just going to combine together. Reach, tap. Reach and tap. Try to get nice and straight, like I said, behind those legs. Always keeping belly button to spine. Come on down for me. Stack those hands up, over, and through. I'm going to adjust my positioning just a bit because this does bother my leg a little. So I'm really doing my best to work through the upper body. Keep that belly nice and tight. 1 more here. And now just shoot through the legs. Keeping my gaze through the legs. Really extending and elongating my arms. A few more pumps here. Now, see if you can grab onto your ankles or your shins. Bring the chest to the thighs. So this is another stretch for the backs of the legs. I'm happy to see I have progressed over the last few weeks. Now stack those hands again and little figure 8s above the feet. So we're drawing infinity signs or figure 8s, undulating through the spine, keeping those hips nice and steady. So I'd like you to bring those feet in very carefully. Slowly roll on up. It's right here that always gets me. Bring those arms above the head. Push into that right thigh and up and over with the left. Warming up through the side body. Keeping the shoulder away from the ear. And belly always nice and tight. Other side. Pushing into that left thigh now. Up and over with the right. Give yourself a good stretch to the side. Come on, center. If you can grab your elbows or your shoulder blades, we're going to come up and over to the side, warming up the waist. We are going to be working the waist plenty in this workout with some new moves and some fun old moves. 1 more each side. Bring the arms down to the side, really reaching through. Remembering to breathe. Take some nice deep cleansing breaths. Bringing those arms up. This always feels amazing through that side body. And open the arms, giving yourself some nice big arm circles, being mindful of anything or anyone behind you. Really opening up through that shoulder, and other side. You can make sure you have a nice soft bend in those knees. You're not locking them out. You can even move around the legs a little bit in this one. Continuing to warm up the upper body, bringing the arms up and back. So we're coming into a nice big figure 8 here, and imagining that we're able to slap the tops of the hands together behind us, up and over. Getting that heart rate up, getting that blood pumping through. Let's do one more, and just do little figure 8s here. A little up and over. Again, keeping those shoulders plugging down the back. Belly nice and tight to that spine. I always have to remind myself. Keep the hands steady, and imagine that you're hitting the wall behind you. So you should start feeling that chest, those pectoral muscles kind of waking up a little bit. And now little ups for me. Here, my biceps and triceps are kind of kicking in. Starting to warm up. Make fists and little circles back. Perfect. Little back, back, back here. Now let's bring the hands to the center. We're not clapping them together. You'll see I have a soft bend in the elbows, and I'm not completely clapping my hands, but I'm imagining I am. So I'm feeling some tension in my chest and in my upper body still. Now let's bring those hands together, bring them up, and imagine you're hitting the wall behind you again. So it's a good way to kind of stretch up through those muscles, keeping that core nice and tight, shoulders away from the ears. Now let's bend and stretch here. Now I want you to just imagine or just feel the moves here. Don't just go through the motions, but feel the movement radiating through the muscles out through the fingertips. That's the way you're going to get the most out of every one of these moves. It's very mindful. Let's bring the arms down. Give me some nice big shoulder rolls back. Opening up through the chest. Opening up through that shoulder girdle. Bring the hands to the shoulders. Try to bring those elbows together and open up to the side. Nice big chest opener here. Close and open. Let's do a couple more. And now this next one, I want you to grab onto the skin on your forearms and push the skin up. So you should kind of see or feel your chest popping up in this move too. I'm trying to give you a little side view, but I'm not moving my hands, I'm moving the skin. Couple more of these. Let's bring our arms down to the side. Give me a nice look over the right shoulder. Keep that belly in, shoulders down. And now left. Let's go right again. And left. And now just bring the head to the shoulder. You can even walk the opposite hand down a little. You'll feel a little bit more of a stretch in the neck. And the other side. Maybe walk the opposite hand down. You feel a nice stretch in that neck. So now just little semicircles with that neck from shoulder to shoulder. Let's do one more each side. And you have gone through the complete warm-up. So let's come on over to our freestanding bar or our support. Whatever we're using, I'm going to start with the left leg first. This is called low, medium, and high. So let me set you up in the move. The feet are hip distance apart, nice and straight, or as straight as you can behind those legs. Extend the outside leg nice and long, straight as can be. Let's pull that those hip bones forward, plugging the shoulders down the back, crown of the head to the ceiling. Bring that arm nice and strong to the outside of the room. We're going to bend, stretch low, bend, stretch medium, bend, stretch as high as we can, down to the floor. Low, medium, nice and high. Last one, little low, stretch medium, bend, stretch, high. Ready? Now just keep it high and give me little bend stretches here. Really reaching through that toe. The opposite leg is trying to stay nice and straight. I'm pushing the weight through my heel, keeping that belly nice and tight here. Little bend stretch. Really reaching through, shoulders plugging down the back. Now give me a happy foot here and pump it up. Little happy foot pumps up. You can even bring that arm up if you'd like. Pump it nice and straight behind the leg. Pump, pump, pump. Keep going. I'm going to have you hold it. Hold here. See if you can get it a little higher, a little straighter. Hold. Release back. Give me a couple of little leg swings. Opening up through the leg, or even stretch the leg behind you. You do what works for you. We're going to swap. Opposite side here. Working top of the thigh. Same setup. Nice and straight behind those legs. Extend that outside leg out. Bring your pelvis forward. Plug those shoulders down the back. Arm comes nice and strong to the center of that room. This inside leg straight. Bend, stretch low. Bend, stretch medium. Bend, stretch high. Bring it down, nice and controlled. Bend, stretch low. Bend, stretch medium. Bend, stretch high. Slowly lower. Last one. Bend, stretch low. Bend, stretch medium. Bend, stretch high. Keep it high. Little bend stretches here. So we're really engaging and stretching the top of the thigh, the quadricep, making sure that that inside leg is nice and straight. Shoulders plugging down the back. Try to keep the moves as tiny as you can. Now give me a happy foot, little pumps. Nice and straight behind this leg. Little 1-inch pumps. You can even bring that arm up to the top if you'd like. One or both arms for a little balance challenge here. I'm going to have you hold that leg up. Can you come up a little higher for me? Hold, really stretch. Come down, and you can either swing the leg or give yourself a nice stretch to the side. All right, so that was top of thigh. Let's work the hamstrings now, which is the back of the leg. Grabbing onto our sturdy surface. We're going to work the left side first in something called lock and relax. So let me demonstrate here. Feet are hip distance apart, bringing that tilt forward. Real light grip on the bar, getting those shoulders plugging down and back. So I'm going to work my left leg first. I'm going to bring it straight behind me. So this is lock, that's relax, okay? So all we're doing is really straightening, bend, straighten, and I'm on the ball of my foot here. Now, try to keep those hips shining forward. Mine open up because I'm turning to face the camera. But I want you to focus on the hamstring here and the glute. Really give your glute a nice squeeze when you bring it back. So we're lock, relax, lock. It's a very simple move, but if you're doing this right, actually give your inside leg, the supporting leg, a tiny bend in that knee so we're not locking that knee out. But if you're doing this correctly, you should feel the back of your leg light up from the glute into the hamstring. Let's do a couple more. Now, bring that leg straight behind you, point the toe, and just lift. Little lifts here. This is, again, engaging the entire back side, back of the leg here. Little lifts. See, I'm not going very big. I'm feeling the work, keeping those hips shining forward, up, little up. Keep going, and then we're going to switch legs. Let's do a few more, and then because I like the control, I'm going to have you hold that leg up. Just hold. Can you come a little higher? Relax down. Give it a shake. So I don't want you feeling any pain in that low back. If you are, you're going to pull those abs in and tilt that those hips forward, okay? All right. Same thing, opposite side. Legs are nice. Actually, give me a soft bend in those legs. Extend the outside leg back. You're on the ball of the foot, see? So we're going to relax, lock, relax, lock. So it's really a tiny bend and a stretch. Tiny bend, stretch. Remember, my foot is planted on the floor, so I'm working that back side, keeping those hip bones shining forward, keeping that torso nice and tall and strong. Think abs in, shoulders plugging down the back. Lock, relax, lock, relax. This is a really good one for the bottom. And again, feel it. Feel it move. Tighten the glute. Feel the hamstring work. Lock, relax. It's all about the mindfulness that you're putting into this and not just lock, relax, lock, relax. It's really controlled and intentional. Okay, so now let's lift that leg. Point the toe. I'm hovering my foot off the floor. Little lift up. Here, I'm really feeling it right where the butt and the thigh meet. Turn those hip bones forward, plug those shoulders down the back, crown of the head, up to the ceiling. Up, up, keep going. Little lifts here, working the back side. Up, up. We're going to do a few more, and then we're going to work outside thigh. We're going to do tarts again this week. Up, up, last 2, last 1. See if you can hold that leg nice and straight. Point hard through that toe, maybe lift it a little bit higher. Relax down, stretch it out. Beautiful. So now we're going to work the outside thigh. We did tarts last week. I'd like to do it again, just because I feel like it's a nice progression through. So come on down. If you're against the wall, you'll be pushing against the wall. I'm going to bring my right leg. I want to work my left leg again first, because that's the one I've been working first. So if I'm against the wall, I'm using that wall for leverage. Otherwise, this arm's planted and I'm holding on, right? I'm going to bring that back leg almost straight with a tiny curve. This foot, if you can touch the thigh, great. Up, square off your shoulders and hips to your chair, your wall, whatever your support is. And all I want you to do is turn in that hip. Okay, I'm not moving my leg. I'm turning in that hip here. Even putting my hand here to make sure that I'm turning. So where am I feeling this? Yeah, in my waist. And starting to feel it come into the outside of the thigh. Now we're going to do some additional work. We're going to progress this in a moment, where you will feel the outside of that thigh even more. So a couple more rotations into whatever surface you're facing. Now, stay forward and just do little pumps with the foot. So now I want you to pump that foot off the floor. Come up higher if you can, because you know what? I want you to feel it here and even up into the glutes. So if you're not feeling it, you can pump that toe up higher. So little pumps up. You're doing great. We're going to do one more move on this side, and then we're going to swap sides. Pump up. Outside thigh, even a little bit of the glute. Up, up, up. Keep going. Up, up, up. Now, use your stool, your chair. Bring that leg off the floor if you can. Try to keep nice and straight toward your surface. And just do a little back and forth here. Back and forth. If you need to stay on the floor and sweep back and forth, great. If you can give me a little hover, just go back and forth. Feeling it up into the waist. All the way down the outside of that leg. I'm even going to straighten my leg a little bit more. Feel the work. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just hold it back for me. Release down. And let's just give that working leg a tiny little stretch here through the side. Even getting this waist a little stretch. I felt a little pop in that myself. I'm going to move my chair because I need to change my camera angle, but you can stay where you are, and all you would do is bring the leg we just worked is going to now come on the inside, and my right leg, which was on the inside before, is now on the outside. I have this hand in here supporting me, facing my stool, my chair, trying to keep that leg nice and long with a tiny curve. Foot touches the thigh, rotate in. Keep nice and tall through that chest, plug those shoulders down the back. Think as if you're trying to entice whatever it is in front of you, which is why this position is called tarts. So we're going to get the waist warmed up, and then we're going to do the same thing with the foot and the leg that we did on the other side. So let's do a few more rotations. Now, face your bar, your chair, whatever. Just do little pumps here with the foot. All right, I want you to start feeling it in the waist and start feeling it in the outside of the thigh here. If you need to come up higher in that pump, feel free, or you can work lower. I want you to feel it where I told you, okay? That's the important part, is the mindfulness of which muscles are working. A few more pumps. Now, if you can, sweep forward, back. If you need to stay on the floor, great. Otherwise, you can hover and just sweep that leg a little forward, back. Forward, back. I'm really feeling this in my waist and the outside of that thigh working. Breathing through. Don't forget to breathe here. The work is starting to get intense. Forward, back. A couple more, and then we're just going to go back. Ready? Hold it back. Just hold. See if you can lift that leg off the floor. Hold. Relax down. Bring that leg across and give yourself a stretch through the side and through the leg. All right, so we are going to move into genies now. We can move this out of the way. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. So genies, we're gonna do them upright this week. I think the last couple weeks we've kind of been doing them back. But I like to keep my legs nice and wide. It helps protect my knees. We're gonna think ears, shoulders, and hips all in alignment. Let's bring the arms nice and forward here at a genie position. Hover the hips over the heels about an inch. Tilt those hips forward. All we're gonna do is move the arms to the forehead and down. Forehead back to shoulder height. So the bottom half of you is staying steady, hovering over those heels, feeling the heat start to build in those thighs. Up, down, and down. You're doing great. We're going to lift the arms up in a moment. Let's do a couple more. Forehead, down. Now lift the arms and lift the legs. We're coming up with the legs now. Arms are staying nice and long and strong. Shoulders traveling down the back. Keep that pelvic tilt in, up, down. Stay in the work. Don't come so far up you lose it, right? This is for top of the thigh. Up, down, up. Now stay nice and high. And we're going to go hip, hip. Take your time with this. Bring the elbow to the hip. Keep your hover here, right? We're not resting those bottoms on those heels just yet. Hip, hip. You've got this. Keep on going. Hip, 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 hip. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Keep the hover. Palms are going to face forward now. Up, down, up, down. Keep on going. I know the feet's starting to build, but we have a stretch and pelvic floor work after this. So you do get a little break. Up, down, up. Let's see if we can go a little quicker. Up, down, 4, 3, 2. Hold that hover. Stretch those arms. Release down. Take a deep breath. I need one. Pound those legs out if you need to. Get the blood flow back in. And now we're going to come into our stretch. Okay, bring that knee into the chest, extend the left leg, rotate that ankle around, remembering to do both directions, and just sit nice and tall through that back, through that spine. Switch, rotate, stretch those legs out. They deserve it. We're not done with them quite yet. All right, let's bring those feet forward. Happy point. Happy point. Couple of these helps to kind of get the juices flowing again. Stretching out through the legs. Now happy, and bring the heels up off the floor. So you'll feel your knees coming down to the floor as you bring your heels up. And finally, let's come into a nice butterfly here. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Sitting up nice and tall. You can flap those little wings or fold and hold. You do what works for you. So a couple more flaps, and then I'd like you to sit crisscross. And I'm going to put on music that's a little better for pelvic floor work. So, remembering that the pelvic floor muscles are... Those muscles. Okay. Okay. Those are the muscles that help you to stop the flow of urine or gas, okay? So, I want you to just relax everything here. Kind of concentrate on the music. Close your eyes. And imagine that your pelvic floor muscles are made up of your 2 sits bones and your pelvic bone and your pubic bone, okay? So we're going to work the 2 sits bones first. I want you to imagine that they are elevator doors and they're being drawn together nice and tight. And we're going to start traveling up. So we're going to pull up and in, up and in, up and in. One more, up and in. I want you to just hold there. Nice and tight, and very slowly come down, 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 and relax and release the muscles. So we're going to do that again. One more time. Pull those 2 right and left muscles together. Pull up and in. Come up 1. Up and in 2. Up and in 3. Up and in 4. Up and in 5. Let's do one more. Up and in 6. And come down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release completely, totally disengage. Now imagine the pelvic bone and the pubic bone are being attached by a zipper. The tailbone, I'm sorry. The tailbone and the pubic bone are being attached by a zipper. So zip it up nice and tight. Pull up to the belly button, up to the throat, up to the top of the head, and hold. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Zip down to the throat, down to the belly button, and all the way down to the bottom, completely disengage. The last movement we're going to do, we're going to take all 4 points, the right, left, front, and back, and we're going to zip them together nice and tight in that elevator. We're going to close those doors, and we're going to come up and into the belly button, up and into the heart, up and into the throat. I want you to hold at the throat here for a few seconds, and come up one more, up and out the top of the head, hold, come down to the throat, down to the heart, down to the belly button, and completely relax, open those elevator doors, and let everybody off and out into the world. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work the backside in a little Hello Sailor. So we've never done Hello Sailor before, so it's today's version of pretzel. Hello Sailor is the origin. So let's work the right side first, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to kind of sit in the same position you were for tarts. And you're going to have this the leg behind you nice and long. This leg kind of tucked as close as you can into this thigh here. And remember, this is my right leg, this is my left. I'm going to bring my right hand onto my hip and tilt it forward. Now, I'm not going to progress this yet, but eventually you're going to bring your hand up. For now, all I want you to do is just roll in that thigh again, just like we did with tarts, except we're not holding on to anything here. Tarts is, you have more stability available. Hello Sailor, you're more on your own. Now, if you want to progress this, you can bring your hand here, and it makes it a little more difficult to get that leg off, but it's fine. So rotating in the hip again, rotate, rotate, rotate. Now pulse that foot again, just like we did with tarts. Pulse that foot. If you want that added challenge, you can bring this hand up, and you'll feel that waistline kick on really quickly. The next move we're going to do, see if you can bring that leg off the floor and tap down, up and down. So here I've got my arm kind of stabilizing me, and if you want to bring the hand up, just really take your time. You're not going to get this the first time, but I want you to feel the work in the waist and in that back leg there. A lot of the same muscles you felt with tarts, you should feel with Hello Sailor. Up, up. Now the last move we're going to do is very similar to tarts, and we're just going to swing that leg. Again, you can swing it along the floor if you need to. Otherwise, you can bring it off the floor. You can bring that hand up. Really trying to keep that waist forward. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of work, and I'm still working on this myself. My whole body is shaking. Let's do a couple more. Just hold, release down, and we're going to give that leg a quick little stretch. So let's do the opposite side now. I have my right leg forward, my left leg is nice and back. I'm turning that left hip forward. So we're just going to start with a little rotation here. So I'm not moving my leg just like tarts, right? I'm moving my hip, rolling that hip forward, pushing it forward with my left hand. And if I want a little bit more of a challenge, this is my harder side. Bring my hand up here, but I really can't progress that way. Remember, that's my hurt side. So I'm going to keep my hand on the floor here and just concentrate on feeling the work in my waist and in the back of my leg. And now let's do our little pumps again with the foot. Maybe I can bring my hand up here. A little harder. But if I, do a couple of them and then come back, that's fine. That's how you progress, right? So we're pumping that foot up just like we did with tarts. Little pumps here, little pumps. And then we can lift and lower. Lift the whole leg up if you can and lower back down. Up, down, up, down. Trying to stay, see I'm leaning. I want to try not to lean, but it's not easy. It's gonna take some time, but as long as I'm feeling the work in the muscles where I should be, eventually I can get to the point where I'm not leaning and do a couple of them here and then come back. And now swing back and forth, just like we did with tarts. Very similar. You can swing on the floor and maybe bring the hand up, or you can lift up slightly and swing. So my form is not perfect, but I wanted to introduce you to this move and show you that with time, I will progress and eventually get back to where I was, if not better. Stretch that leg out. Perfect. Now we're going to do a couple of hoovers, and then we're going to work on calves. So if you remember hoovers, let's work that right leg first. I'm going to come on down to the floor. We're going to be all fours position. Lift that right leg up nice and high. Arms are a little bit wide. We're going to dive down, forward, back, lift. Dive down, forward, back, lift. Try to keep that leg up nice and high. We're going to do 3 more. Forward, back. 2 to go. Forward, back. Last one. Dive down, forward, back. Lift. Give yourself a quick child's pose, and we're going to switch sides. The left leg is going to come up, and we're going to do the same move here. The key with this move is trying to keep that leg up as high as you can, as if you were a vacuum cleaner and that leg was the handle. So here I have my left leg up. My arms are wider than shoulder hip distance. You can even turn those palms in slightly. Dive down, forward, back, lift. We're doing 5 on this side. Down, forward, back, lift. Another one. Down, forward, back. Last 2. Forward, back. Last one. Dive down, forward, back. Lift. Quick little child's pose here. Stretching through the upper body. Come up to all fours. Push yourself into a down dog to get back up on those feet. Walk the feet to the hands, hands to feet. Whatever you need to do, slowly roll up to stand and come on over to your sturdy surface again. So we're going to work the calves. The calves are going to be, your feet are going to be hip distance apart. You're going to have everything facing your sturdy surface. Remember to plug those shoulders down the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up on the balls of our feet, and we're going to come down, down, lift. So it's like half, down, lift. Come halfway down, all the way down, lift. Down, down, lift. Down, down, lift. Keep going. So you'll start feeling the heat building up in the backs of the legs. Remember, try to imagine you have a book on your head, so you're not leaning on your surface. You're staying up nice and tall. Down, down, lift. Down, down, lift. Down, down, lift. Couple more. Down, down, lift. Down, down. Stay up high. Just lift. Really pushing through the balls of those feet. Trying to pull those quadriceps up off those knees. Tightening up all through the back of the legs. So this is not just calves, but it's also hamstrings and glutes. It is what you make it. Up, 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 up. Keep going. Now we're going to go down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. So it's almost like the lift takes us 2 counts to get up. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift. Keep going. Hip bones shining forward, nice and straight. Shoulders also. Keeping that belly nice and tight to the spine. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Let's do a couple more. Down, lift, lift. Now just do up. Just little lifts. Up, up. You got this. Hopefully your calves are starting to feel some heat. Up, up. Keep on lifting. Up, up. Couple more. Last 4, 3, 2. Just hold. Squeeze everything up through the back of the body. Release down. Give yourself a little stretch back. And then we're going to come into some serious thigh work. So the thighs should have been warming up a little bit on that move. Let's bring those feet nice and close together. Open up to a little pizza pie shape for me. Drop down to your work zone. Glue the heels together. Arm can come out to the center or it can stay on the hip. Whatever works for you. I just want you in that work zone, okay? So we're going to go down, down, up. Down, down, up. Knees are tracking toward the back. Shoulders plugging down the back. want you to feel this in the thighs. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. One more. Down, down, stay down. Little pulses here. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep going. Keeping everything nice and tall through the torso. Neutral spine so we're not overly arched in either direction. Ready? Stay down. Circle to the right. A few times. Stay low. Circle left. Breathe. Pulse. Little drop, drop, drop. You got this. Drop, drop, drop. Just a few more. Drop, drop, drop. Come up to the top. Stretch down. Stretch up. One more. Down. Stay low. We're going to do a little combo. So we're going to go side, side, down, up, back with the knees. Side, side, down, up, back, back, 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 side, side, down, up. Just go back. A little back. Keep going back, back, back. You're doing 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Stretch. Face that bar, that sturdy surface. Inhale up. Exhale, bring that leg up. Over your sturdy surface, we're going to stretch. So we're going to inhale up. Exhale down. Give me little bend stretches here. Tiny bend stretch. You can even come down and fold over. Or just hold it, whatever works for you. Down, 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 and I'm just gonna hold. Remember, this is my leg that I have some mobility issues with. Inhale up, exhale, bring that leg up and behind, stretch, release down, inhale up, opposite side, exhale, leg comes up and over, and little bend stretches, fold over or hold. You do what works for you. In this instance, I'm going to do a couple of little fold overs and then just hold. Inhale up, exhale, bring that leg behind, pulling that quadricep, drawing those hip bones forward, even flexing the foot in the hand. Feel a nice stretch through that thigh. All right, so let's turn our sturdy surfaces around and we're going to go into our abdominal work. So come on down. If you are under a bar, you would actually place your feet up under that bar or against the wall. I'm going to use my chair here and I'm going to push my feet, my heels down into my surface to keep my body nice and sturdy on the bottom. So let's start by bringing the arms over the head. You might feel that your pubic bone pops off the floor. I want you to bring that low back onto the floor. So get the low back onto the floor. I want you to upright the head, neck, and shoulders, keeping your gaze over your belly button. And you can bring your hands behind your head. I'm going to go lift, down, lift, lift, down, lift, lift. So I'm never coming all the way down, keeping those elbows nice and wide, pushing my heels into my surface, keeping my low back on the floor. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Good. So keep those shoulders up nice and high. Down, lift, lift. Down, lift, lift. Down, one more. Down, and just do little lifts. So now I'm just doing pulses. Keeping my gaze over my belly button. Keeping my elbows nice and wide. And I'm just lifting nice and high. If you ever get tired, you can stop and rejoin if your form starts to falter. Otherwise, we're going to do a few more. Lift, lift, lift. Keep going. Lift, lift. Stay up nice and high. Bring your hands together, elbows together, and just bring them over your head. Keep that tilt. Keep the gaze over the belly button. And we're just pushing the arms back. Back. This is called showering because it's supposed to mimic having a shower head, clean your back. Let's do a few more. Back, back, back. Hold the arms. See if you can come up a little higher. Hold. Release down. And you can even roll in and out through that pelvis there. Bringing the arms overhead. Take a nice deep breath. Okay. So I want you to, again, bring that low back so that it's on the ground so you get your pelvic tilt here. This time, bring your arms overhead. Your gaze is going to be up at the ceiling. And all we're going to do is lift, lower, keeping the shoulders up nice and high. Lift, lower, gaze at the ceiling, lift, lower. If this is too much, you can always bring the hands behind the head. But keep that gaze up at the ceiling and the low back on the floor. Lift, lower. Let's do a couple more. Lift, lower, stay tall. And now we're going to do Jack and the Beanstalk. So I want you to keep the shoulders upright. And we're just imagining we're climbing up a rope. Climb. You've got this. Climb. A couple more. Climb. Now, bring the arms to your left. Twist. Oh, actually, your gaze should be up at the ceiling still. Twist. So I'm looking overhead. If this is too much, I'm just going to bring my hands behind my head. Twist to each side. Get those obliques working here. Or I can reach. Gaze at the ceiling. This is our flat back work. Reach. One more each side. Come center. Bring those arms up. And just hold those shoulders up nice and high. Relax down. And you can roll in and out through the pelvic region. Taking a nice deep breath, we're going to do our waist Swivelers. So keeping those feet here, again, bring that low back to the ground, tilt and grip. So my gaze is over my belly button again. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head. And at first I'm just going to start with some folding over. Lift, little lifts. We did these in the beginning. Up. We're going to do a few more of these. And now we're just going to twist very slowly to the left and to the right. To the left, to the right. Really small. I like to even bring my elbows in to remind me to stay nice and compact. It's not a big move here. It's tiny, as if you were stuck in a tunnel and you couldn't really move very much in either direction except right around the outside of your body. Very small. Left, right. Let's do a couple more. Right, left, right. Come center. Give yourself a chance to relax. I want to do one more little move there with that whittle. All right, take a nice deep breath. Low back onto the floor again. Come on up here and tilt and grip. Bring the hands behind the head. We're going to twist, lift, and then we're going to twist, lift. Twist, lift. You've got this. Twist, lift. Getting more oblique work here. Twist, lift. Little twist, little lift. Twist, lift. One more each side. Last one. Come center. Really curl up as tight as you can. Push that belly button into the floor. Relax down. Bring those feet down to the floor. If you're against the floor, you can push them against the baseboard, under a couch. You can place them there. We're rolling in and out through that pelvis for elephant preparation, okay? Bring that low back down to the ground again. Upright the head, neck, and shoulders. Hands come behind the head. Keep those elephant ears wide. 12 progressive lifts, never coming back down, okay? Here we go. 1 elephant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands together and just give me a few little pumps through the middle. Up. Keep going. Then we're going to stretch. Up. Last 2, last 1. Hold. Relax down. And you can bring your legs to one side and stretch. Bring them center if you'd like and just kind of lay here. And just let those abs melt down around the sides and feel a nice stretch to the side. Alright, we're going to push ourselves up and get ready for sardines. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. Okay, so if you remember, we're going to do sardines in our C curve. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, grabbing behind those knees. I want you to roll back so your head, neck, and shoulders are still off the ground. That low back is still on the ground. So push that low back down to the ground. Bring the hands behind the head. Bring the legs up to 90 degrees. Now we're going to do a bicycle. So we're going to bring the leg in and lift. Switch, lift. Leg in, lift. Switch, lift. Leg in, lift. So every time you bring your knee in, do a little crunch up. Good. If this is too much, you could always just keep them a little bit lower to the ground, or you could even tap the toes. So in, lift, in, lift. We're lifting straight forward, not to the side. Lift, lift, lift. Let's do two more. Lift and lift. Come on down for a quick second. We're going to keep the feet on the floor this time. I want you to keep your right hand behind your head, bring your left arm across your body and lift forward. So the arm is to the side, but you're lifting straight onto those knees. Up, up, okay? So I'm not lifting to the side, I'm lifting straight ahead, but my hand is to the side, and I'm cradling my head in my right hand. Lift, lift, a couple more, lift, 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 now switch. Left hand comes behind the head, right hand comes out, keeping the center on lift, although my hand is pointing in the opposite direction, but you'll feel this in the oblique a little bit more than if you were doing just a full on straight ahead crunch. Up, 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 keep going, up, 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 last one, release down. Give yourself a quick stretch before we do the next move. So this next move, again, we're going to keep that low back on the floor, upright the head, neck, and shoulders, grab behind the head, extend that right leg out, okay? We're gonna point, bring the leg up, happy foot down, point up, happy down, point up, happy down, trying to keep those head, neck, and shoulders up the entire time. Happy down, point up, happy down, point up, happy down, point up, last one, point up, happy down, swap legs, same thing, point up, happy down, point up, happy down, good job. There's a lot of concentrated ab work here, point up, happy down, but that low back is on the floor. If this ever becomes too much, you can always bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, but try to keep them up as long as you can. Point up, but if you ever lose form, you just take a break, come back and rejoin. Point up, happy down, point up, last one, point up, happy down, relax down, bring those arms over the head, and roll in and roll out here. I want you to bring those legs into a nice long diamond shape. Again, that low back is on the floor. I want you to upright the head, neck, and shoulders and just shoot through those knees like we did under the bar or on our chair. Up. This is called palming. Keep going. Up, up, up. Let's do a few more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Hold, hold, hold. Come on down. Give yourself a nice stretch. I like to bring my hip bones down and up, really stretching through the side here. So we're going to bring the knees into the chest. We're going to roll up. Before we do our transition stretch, I want to do a couple of more moves. So I want to do a Russian twist. So come on back again in that C curve and just go side to side. Imagining that you have a ball in those hands and you're just twisting side, side, side. Again, keeping those shoulders plugging down the back. Belly button into that spine. Let's go side, 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 side. Let's do a few more. Side, 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 side. Arms up. Walk them out. Walk, walk, walk. All right, now this is getting tough. Couple more. Walk, walk, walk. Last set. Walk, 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 walk. Now roll up. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale up. One more each side. Exhale, sweep. Inhale up. Exhale. inhale, sweep. Okay. It is time for some escapes and no escapes. So if you are up against the wall with a bar, you are one hand distance between you and your bar, and you are pressing the low back, shoulders against that bar and pushing up with those hands. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to C-curve here. I'm bringing my hands to the outsides of my legs. I'm going to actually move so you can see my whole body. And we're going to do the same sequence we did last week. Again, I just feel it's a good way to measure progression. So we're going to bring those legs wide, and we're just going to bend, stretch, and alternate little bend stretches here. So this is level 1, right? Where we're working the low abs and the tops of the thighs. Trying to keep that bend stretch really small and stay nice and straight through the leg. If you want to progress this, you can do both at once. I'm not really there yet, so I'm just going to do one at a time because I feel like I have more control and I'm getting more out of the exercise. Let's do one more each side. And now let's bring those legs together, and we're going to do something similar. Pushing down on the floor. I'm going to do one foot at a time. Happy point and then down. Happy point, down. Happy point, down. Happy point. And we can do a few on each side. And I do the other side. Happy point, down, up. Happy point, down, up. Happy point, down, up. Level 2, both at the same time. Happy point, down, up. Happy point, down, up. Happy point, down. 2 more. Happy point, down, up. Happy point, down, up. Woo! Last little move here before I move to no escapes. Just give me some shimmies. So we can hit the floor if we're at level 1, or stay up high at level 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See, I was pushing myself too far back with that one. But again, trying to initiate the work from the low abs as much as possible. All right, give yourself a quick stretch before we move into our Russian dolls, which is the same no escape we did last week. So if you're against the wall, you're gonna now be completely against the wall, arms pushing up into bar, and we're gonna take the head, neck, and shoulders off. If you're down here on the floor with me, we're gonna do our C-curve again. Now, our Russian doll is happy foot, bend, stretch. So we have a happy foot the whole time. We're just bend, stretching, alternate. Okay, I'll turn to the side so you can see even more. And if you're doing level 2, it'd be together, okay? You bend, stretch, down. Bend, stretch, down. Actually, you keep them off the floor, and it'd be like you were walking. So level 2, you're bringing those feet off the floor the entire time. Level 1, you're here with me. We're supposed to do 26 of these. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if you were at the bar doing both of those at the same time, you may have ended before me, and that's quite all right. All right, time to come onto our tummies for a little tummy time. So bring your hip bones to the floor, pull those abs up and away from the floor, stack the hands, and rest your forehead on your hand, okay? Now I'm going to just lift my leg up. Well, all we're going to do here is just paddle. So you can start with the legs, little paddle. And if you want to bring the arms into it, stretch them long and strong and move them. Little paddle to end this workout, and then we're going to stretch. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Keep going. Paddle, paddle. Those abs are up and off the floor. Let's keep on going for 4, 3, 2, relax down. Bring the hands to the thighs. Push your palms into your thighs. Engage those arms. Upright the head. Hold. Come down. We do that 2 more times. Ready? Push the hands in, upright the head and hold. Come down, last time. Push the hands in, upright and hold. Come down. Push yourself into a child's pose. Get ready to stretch. Come on up to all fours for me. So we're going to do a little arch and hollow. So we're going to arch at the back up and hollow it out. Arch the back up, hollow out. Last one, arch the back, hollow out. Sit your bottom down on your heels. If you can, lift the knees off the floor one at a time, or at the same time, stretching out through the tops of those feet. Swing those legs around into a nice straddle for me. Bring your arms behind your back, sit up nice and tall, push forward. I have my feet happy here, stretching through the inner thighs, backs of the legs. Now bring the arms forward and crawl to the end of the workout. Excuse me. Keep going. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Now push forward. So just pushing forward here. Rolling the pastry here. Push. Now bring your hands upright. Give me a nice deep breath in. Turn to face the left leg. Left arm comes behind the back. Right arm comes over, and you can do a little fold over, or you can just hold. Inhale up, exhale, opposite side. Right hand comes behind the back. Left hand folding over or just holding. And now we're going to bring both arms down to the floor. We're going to do our little swoops. So my left hand is going to come on the inside of my left foot. Right arm comes up and over. Right hand on the inside of the right, left up and over. Really getting into the swing. Trying to undulate through the back. Let's do two more, each side. Last one, each side. Bring those feet together, happy. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up, exhale, curve back. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up, exhale, curve back. Last one, inhale up, exhale, fold and hold. And now we're going to come down to a bridge here. Arms are above the head. Push those hip bones up to the sky. Feel the stretch through the fronts of the legs. Drop the tailbone down to the earth. Push back up through those hips. Tailbone down. Hips up. Let's do one more. Tailbone down. Hips up. Feel that nice stretch. Now I want you to bring those knees into the chest, pushing your shins into your palms. Give me a little spinal massage, a little roll here. Cross those knees, those ankles. Bring the knees into the chest. Opposite, cross, knees into chest. Bring those knees into the chest one more time. Roll up to a nice seated position for me. And you can sit cross-legged or however is comfortable for you. We're not going to do another Hello Sailor, I promise. I just would like to thank you so much for joining me here today for a full class in the original Lotte Berk technique. You know, as I demonstrated, I'm not perfect at these moves, and I'm just getting better and better through time, and that's what motivates me to keep practicing this technique, is the opportunity to see results and to see progression. And the fact that modifications are just work through until you get it is really the best way to train your body to endure and to get stronger. So if you're not perfect with Hello Sailor, if you're not perfect with tarts, we're going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it, and then, you know, the day that you can perfectly execute the move will be that much better. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and please come back and see me again soon. Bye.